Three main reasons that the nursery is here is pollination, restoration, and culturally important or traditionally important plants. That is why Santa Ana Native Plants does what we do. You're always thinking about the tribes around here and how important different grasses or different plants are, like bear grass or Apache plume. It's just really important to all of us here to make sure that a lot of the tribes that need these plants know where to get them. And also at our nursery, we do not fertilize. We do not spray toxins, because with culturally important plants, we don't want to have toxins in our plants. I don't want pollinators, being toxified. I don't want people using the plants for culturally important purposes to be toxified. I want the plants to be as natural as possible. So that to me is very important. I want to show you one of the projects that we have ready to go outside. This is for Lincoln National Forest, for the Smoky Bear region. So this is going to be like the big bear, burn scar. We worked with little bear already, tambark, and a few other projects. As we come in here, we have chokecherry, and we have willow, we have yucca baccata, we have mountain mahogany, we have New Mexico rose locust, box elder, Arizona ash, Gooding's willow. We do have some peach leaf willow as well. Not peach leaf willow, blue stem willow. And then we got more false indigo here, woods rose right there, golden currant, which is a great plant for wildlife, but also for human consumption. It's a great berry. And those are all different plants that are from that ecosystem that will go back into that ecosystem. Not all of these plants were seed collected from that general area, but that is our goal, to start working with a lot of different entities that want to work with seed collecting from their own property or around their own property, so we can put the similar genetic back into the ecosystem. My name is Mike Halverson. I'm manager of Santa Ana Native Plant Nursery. I've been manager now since 2011. The nursery has been open since 1990 or 1991. We focus mostly on native plants at Santa Ana, so we try to focus on all the plants that are used both for cultural as well as for pollinators and for wildlife. So that's a wide range. So our plants, I'll talk about Apache plume. That is a traditionally used plant, but it also is a great plant for pollinators. So we tend to have that one for pollinators, but it also is a great plant for reclamation. It holds the soils together, so it's not just focusing on strictly one aspect. Each one of our plants here has multiple aspects, multiple uses.
My name is Elliot Shihei. I'm from Zia Pueblo, New Mexico, and my position here is a nursery tech. The most experience I probably got is just at home at Zia, farming with my grandpa. A lot of tricks that they knew way back then I still use. A lot of people go to the technology stuff. I still use a lot of the old ways to grow chili, corn, stuff like that. But when I came in here, my uncle used to work here, and he was the field supervisor. He retired, and I got in, and all of a sudden I was a field supervisor. Didn't really have much knowledge about all this, how this whole operation worked in here, but through Mike and co-worker Katie, that stores all the plants for us, I've learned a lot which plants need to be stratified, which plants go in what size pots. When you see the product come to fruit and everything, when you see your family picking it, you feel that energy. Okay, I started this from seedlings, now they're this big, got the family eating off the land, not buying it, and makes you feel great.
Now here's our greenhouse. This is what we call greenhouse number 1. And this is where we do a lot of growing contracts, whether it's for the Forest Service, for our Department of Natural Resources. On occasion, we'll grow for BLM. We grow plants for seed source. So we'll grow thousands of plants, and I'll let you come on in. Penstemon neomexicana. That one is a hard one to grow. Seed sources are very hard to come by. Juniper for bandolier. So these seeds were collected on Bandelier's National Monuments property. So they will go right back into whether it's erosion control or where they've had some of the fires. So these plants will go right back into that land. I really kind of want to show you our seedling tables. So on this table here and over there, we have different seedlings. And we have Baccharis that we collect locally. We have several different varieties of cactus. We have the native grape Vitis arizonica that we have collected seed for. We've also got Yerba Mansa right here. This is Yerba Mansa from seed.
I'm Bart Vanden PL. I'm the new guy here as just the native plant nursery worker, and so with that I do pretty much anything that needs to be done around here, from working with the seedlings to up-pot, transplant the seedlings, to up-pot plants, to clean up around the yard, do the weeding, whatever it takes. It's really love working here because it's, you're living with the seasons. In the spring we do the chilies for the farmers, and then we also do the native plants throughout the rest of the year. We do the seed harvesting, and as the different seeds become ripe and ready for harvesting, we do that. So it's just really living with the rhythms of the environment, and I really love that about the job. The yard is full of plants, full of green, and it's work that we've all done together to get those to grow, and it's really really neat part of that. And also just the learning. I've worked with learned a lot from Mike on how to grow the plants and what they do, and the business of native plants. And then with Katie, the grower, on just how to make them grow and learning about the plants. She's just been a wealth of knowledge. And actually, the guy who trained me the most is Elliot. I work side by side with him most days, and I've learned a lot from him.
But here's the bear grass that we had talked about a little bit earlier. This is also a very widely traditional used plant. Bear grass is traditionally used with a lot of tribes around here, and so culturally it is gathered out amongst the land, and on occasion it's probably taken a little bit more than it should be. So what our goal is here is to be able to bring that plant back into its traditional lands. So it is disappearing quite a bit in our areas, so it is nice that we are growing it so it can go back into the natural lands. But it is just nice to know that traditionally it's used for something more than just reclamation. A lot of tribes around, if they have a traditional plant that is used or a cultural plant that is used out in the wild, but it's slowly disappearing, we want to be that nursery to kind of maybe bring it back to health on the land. There are several plants that I've been in talks with a lot of the different tribes where they're saying, hey Mike, we are looking for this plant, we can't find it anymore. How can we get it back onto our lands? I try to find out what plant they're talking about and see if I can find out the scientific name, and if I can find out the scientific name and find out where it grows, then maybe we can try to grow it with respect to what it's being used for, and put it back into the land so it can be used for generation after generation to come, instead of being gone from the land.